Meet the man who thinks he can outscam the devil. He's a holy official who bullies widows and traffics women. A total walking disaster, but evil always attracts evil. When he meets a literal demon on the road, they become best friends, but wait until you see who ends up being the prey. Spoiler alert, it's not who you think. So before we really get into the story, you have to understand the mood in the room. We have this Friar, and honestly, he just couldn't stand the summoner. He had been glaring at him, making these angry faces the whole time. But he kept his mouth shut, at least for a while, out of politeness. Finally, though, the Friar turns to the wife of Bath and says, "Ma'am, you spoke very well about marriage, but now, since we're just riding along and having fun, I think I'll tell a little joke about a summoner. Because, let's be real, everyone knows that nothing good can be said about people in that profession." The Friar looked right at the group and said, "I hope none of you get offended. But a summoner is basically just a runner who runs up and down dragging people to court. For their sins, he gets beaten up at the end of every town." Well, our host tried to calm things down. He said, "Sir, you should be polite. No arguing in this company. Just tell your tale and leave the summoner alone." But the summoner wasn't having it. He snapped back, "No, let him say whatever he wants. Because when it's my turn, by God, I'll pay him back for every word. I'll tell you all what a great honor it is to be a begging friar." The host shouted, "Peace, no more of this." Then he nodded to the Friar. "Tell your tale, master." So the Friar began, "Once upon a time, living in my part of the country, there was an archdeacon. He was a high-ranking man who was absolutely ruthless about punishing sin. He went after witchcraft, defamation, adultery, and even people who didn't pay their church taxes properly, but mostly he went after the lechers. If you were caught having an affair, money was the only way out. He made people sing for their crimes. And before the bishop could even catch them, this archdeacon had them in his book. Now, working for him, he had a summoner, and let me tell you, there wasn't a slyer boy in all of England. He had a network of spies everywhere. He knew exactly where to go to make a profit. He would let one or two sinners go free if they could lead him to 24 more. This summoner, and I'm not holding back here, was a thief and a pimp. He had girls in his retinue who acted as bait, whether it was Sir Robert or Hug or Jack who slept with them. The girls told the summoner everything. Then he would fake a court order and summon both the man and the girl. He'd rob the man blind, take his money, and let the girl go. He'd say, "Friend, for your sake, I've struck your name from the black book. You don't need to worry anymore." He knew more about bribery than you could write in 2 years. He was like a hunting dog that can tell a hurt deer from a healthy one. That was his entire focus, money. So one day this summoner was waiting for a victim. He decided to go after an old widow to steal some money from her. So he faked a court summons as he was riding toward her town. He saw a yeoman riding ahead of him near a forest. This stranger was dressed in a short green jacket and wore a hat with black fringes. He had a bow and sharp arrows. The summoner rode up and said, "Hail, sir." "Good to meet you." The yeoman looked over. "Welcome," he said. "Where are you riding under these trees? Are you going far?" "No," said the summoner. "I'm just riding nearby to collect some rent that belongs to my lord." "Ah," said the yeoman, "so you're a bailiff." "Yeah," the summoner lied. He was too ashamed to admit he was actually a summoner. "Well, dear brother," the yeoman said, "I'm a bailiff too. I'm a stranger in these parts. I have gold and silver in my chest, and if you ever come to my shire, it's all yours." The summoner was thrilled. "Wonderful," he said. They shook hands and swore to be brothers. Until the day they died, they rode on together, chatting happily. The summoner, who was always full of gossip and questions, eventually asked, "Brother, where do you live?" "Just in case I need to find you," the yeoman spoke softly. "Brother," he said, "I live far in the north country. I hope I'll see you there sometime. Before we part, I'll give you such good directions you'll never miss my house." "Great," said the summoner, "but tell me something. Since you're a bailiff like me, tell me some tricks. How do I make the most money in this job? Don't hide anything from me." "How do you do it?" "I'll be honest with you," the yeoman replied. "My wages are terrible. My lord is stingy, and the work is hard. So I live by extortion. I take whatever people give me. Whether it's by trickery or violence, I take what I can get." "That's the truth." "No way," said the summoner. "I do exactly the same thing. I take everything unless it's too heavy or too hot to hold. I have no conscience about it. If I didn't extort people, I couldn't live. I don't bother with confession or any of that guilt." "Well, we are well met then," said the yeoman. "But tell me," the summoner asked, "what is your name?" The yeoman smiled a little. "Do you really want to know?" he asked. "Brother, I am a fiend. My dwelling is in hell. I am riding around on earth to see if anyone will give me anything. That is my only income, what I can pick up along the way. Just like you ride to win money, I ride to win souls, and I'll go to the ends of the earth for a prize." "Wait," said the summoner, shocked. "God bless me. I thought you were a real man. You have the shape of a man. Do you have a specific shape in hell?" "No," the demon said. "Down there we have no shape. But when we come up here, we can take whatever form we like. Sometimes a man, sometimes an ape, sometimes an angel. It's not that strange. Even a juggler can deceive your eyes, and I have way more skill than a juggler." "Why do you bother with all these shapes?" asked the summoner. "We create the form that gives us the best chance." "To catch our prey," the demon explained. "But why so much effort?" "Many reasons," the demon said. "But look, the day is short, and I haven't won anything yet. I need to focus on business, not explaining my existence. But simply put, sometimes we are God's instruments. We only have power if He allows it. Sometimes we can hurt the body, but not the soul. Like with jobs, sometimes both. Sometimes we just tempt a man, and if he resists, it actually saves his soul. Even though we wanted to catch him, now let's ride. I'll stay with you until you decide to leave me." "Leave you?" the summoner laughed. "Never. I'm a yeoman known far and wide. I keep my word. Even if you were Satan himself, I would keep my promise to be your brother. Let's go about our business. You take your share, I'll take mine, and if one of us gets more, we split it." "Agreed," said the devil. They rode forward until they reached the edge of the town where the summoner planned to harass the widow. There they saw a cart loaded with hay stuck in the deep mud. The carter was whipping the horses and screaming like a madman. "Heit Scott, heit Brock," the carter yelled. "The fiend take you body and bones. I've had so much trouble with you. The devil take everything, the horses, the cart, and the hay." The summoner whispered to the devil, "Here we go, did you hear that? He gave it to you, the hay, the cart, and the 3 horses. "No," said the devil. "Trust me, he doesn't mean it. Ask him yourself, or just wait a second." The carter gave the horses a huge thwack, and they finally strained forward and pulled the cart free. "There we go," the carter shouted happily. "Jesus bless you. That was a good pull, my gray boy. God save you and St. Loy. My cart is out of the slough." "See," said the devil. "The man said one thing, but he thought another. I don't get anything here. Let's keep moving." They went a little further out of town. The summoner leaned over to his companion. "Brother," he said, "there is an old woman living here who would rather lose her neck than give up a penny. But I'm going to get 12 pence from her, even if it drives her crazy. And honestly, she hasn't done anything wrong. But since you couldn't get any money back there, watch me. I'll show you how it's done." The summoner rode up to the widow's gate and banged on it. "Come out, you old hag," he shouted. "I bet you've got a priest or a friar in there with you." The widow came to the door. "God save you, sir," she said. "What is your will?" "I have a summons here," he said, waving a fake paper. "On pain of excommunication. You must appear tomorrow before the archdeacon to answer for certain sins." "Oh Lord, help me," she cried. "I can't go, I've been sick for days. I can't walk that far, it would kill me. Can't I just pay a representative to answer for me?" "Sure," said the summoner. "Pay me 12 pence right now and I'll acquit you. I don't make much profit from it. Mostly it goes to my master." "Come on, hurry up, give me the 12 pence. I can't wait here all day." 12 pence, she gasped. "Lady Mary, help me. I don't have 12 pence in the whole world. I am poor and old. Please show me some charity." "Charity?" the summoner scoffed. "The foul fiend take me if I let you off the hook." "Pay up." "But I'm innocent," she cried. "Pay me," he snarled, "or I will take your new pan to pay your old debt. Remember when you made your husband a cuckold? I paid to cover that up for you." "You lie," she screamed. "I have never been summoned to court in my life. I was always true to my husband. To the devil rough and black of hue, I give your body and my pan too." The devil, who was waiting nearby, heard this. He moved closer. "Now, Mabily, my own dear mother," the devil asked, "do you really mean what you say?" "The devil fetch him before he dies," she said, "and the pan too, unless he repents." "Nay, old hag," said the summoner, "I have no intention of repenting for anything I've taken from you. In fact, I would take your clothes too if I could." "Now, brother," said the devil, "don't be angry, but your body and this pan are mine by right. You are coming to hell with me tonight, and there you will learn more about our secrets than a master of divinity." And with that the foul fiend grabbed him. Body and soul, the summoner went down with the devil, to the place where all summoners belong. And so the friar looked around the group and said, "Lordings, I could have told you about the pains of that cursed house of hell, enough to make your hearts tremble. But I'll spare you. Just remember, the lion is always on the watch to slay the innocent. Dispose your hearts to withstand the fiend. Pray that Jesus keeps us from the tempter. And pray that our summoner here repents of his misdeeds before the devil takes him too." And so the hunter became the hunted, and the summoner claimed his dark heritage in the fiery abyss. Let this be a lesson. The devil, you know, may be closer than you think, especially when greed blinds your eyes. I hope this cautionary fable has entertained you. Please grant us a like to aid our journey, and subscribe to hear who shall speak next on this long road to Canterbury. Until then, tread carefully.